Greetings and salutations. It's Slippery Slope here with Python tutorial number 10. Guess what we're going to do with this one? We're going to do more if statements, but we're going to nest them, which means an if inside of an if, kind of like a Russian doll inside of a Russian doll. Yeah. You ever see those Russian dolls where you have like a big doll and you open it up and then there's a smaller doll inside of it, and then you open that up and then there's a smaller doll inside of it? Or maybe you've seen it done with boxes or something or whatever. Yeah. Okay, it's kind of like that, and I'm not going to complicate myself and get into models of the Big Bang because then that would just be weird when we're just talking about if statements. Yeah. I opened up monkeypeople.py, which we made in a previous video, and if you still have your Dogbert information there, feel free to get rid of it. Goodbye, Dogbert. You gotta go. It's time for you to get out. Go play in the backyard. We need to declare two variables right here, and I'm going to go with game equals FF, and as you can probably figure out, FF would stand for Final Fantasy and not Foo Fighters in this example. And then FF will equal RPG, or perhaps JRPG. The J in JRPG stands for Japanese RPG, like the old school style RPGs that you probably played a lot in the old consoles. And now we're going to have an if statement. If game equals FF, and remember, we need two equal signs in order to really do equals, otherwise we're just assigning a value. And then we have our indent, and we have our second loop. If FF equals RPG, or rather JRPG in this example, and then our colon, because otherwise this would just run on for a long time, print FF is AJ RPG. Well, I didn't really, just because that's funny. Well, game does equal FF, and FF does equal JRPG, so this really should print out. Let's go ahead and run it. It's already, well, we do need to save it again because we changed the code. Then we run module, or F5, and FF is a JRPG. Really? Hey, it worked. But we kind of already know how to do that stuff. All we did in this tutorial that was different was we threw in another if. Well, here's the thingamabobber. Let's throw in another else to go along with that if and print FFs are not always JRPGs. And then we have another else on the outside. We're going to have it print. You're looking for Grand Theft Auto. We're going to just assume if they don't like JRPGs that they're looking for Grand Theft Auto. Well, let's change FF from JRPG to POGs, because POGs were a funny fad that no one actually uses anymore. So this, Python should look over this and say, well, FF is not a JRPG, and then it should print out FFs are not always JRPGs. So if we did this right, that's what we should get. We run this, and we get FFs are not always JRPGs. So hey, we did it correctly. Excellent. So we either get this if FF is JRPG, or we get FFs are not always JRPGs, but that's only if game is still FF. Yes, it's a little, well, I don't want to say it's jumbled because this is entirely logical, and this is the sort of structure we need to understand in order to really get somewhere. But just remember, if A, then B. If not A, then we're going down a different sort of B, like an entirely different route. So just keep that basic logic stuff in mind. A or not A. Yeah. So let's just change game to Zelda. And I don't really care what FF is. It really doesn't matter right now. I mean, I love the Final Fantasy series, but as far as this program goes, it really doesn't matter. So run it. You're looking for Grand Theft Auto. Okay, simple enough. This isn't true, so we didn't need to even look at this stuff, really. And then we get else, print, you're looking for Grand Theft Auto. Simple enough. We just pretty much covered the whole thing. Just remember, you can have an if inside of an if, and we can do this and run it. Why am I even doing this? I don't know. Just so I can show you guys that we have an error. Remember, this is a nested if. Let's try saving this and running it again. There's an error in your program because it's nested. Why am I doing this? We already went over this. Oh no, invalid syntax. There's another else, so we should you can else that. Oh no, there's another error because the print should be inside of this. Well, I could go on and on forever, and if you don't feel like watching this, there we go. Never mind. Okay, we're done. This is Slippery Slope signing out. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. Thank you. Peace.